Many of us recognize what we need to eat is so important so we can have a healthy body, but rarely do we learn how we need to eat in order to have a functioning and healthy body. How your body handles mealtime is just as important as to how your body handles activities and exercise. So in today's movement library, let's train to eat, and maybe your digestive issues will be eliminated. How you digest can be indicative of how your brain functions. And if you've been watching my videos or working with me, you have learned by now that a healthy brain means healthy movement. We want to look at this from the brain-gut axis, which is a bidirectional pathway, meaning the telephone lines go both ways. How your brain functions is going to affect your gut, but how your gut is functioning is going to affect your brain. Meaning, if you want good movement, we've got to address the two. For those who experience whether an upset tummy, bloating after they eat, that brain fog, simply having aches and pains post-meal, or having any acid reflux, this is going to be a nice video for you to explore, taking that in mind, as I walk you through 5 different vagal tone experiences that you can play with. This will address specifically the tongue and the diaphragm. The tongue. The tongue is not only a respiratory muscle, a speaking muscle, it is also helping you in the process of mastication, also known as chewing your food. What you'll need is either a gauze, a little wedge, or simply a towel, a cloth, or a napkin. Sticking your tongue out, you'll grab the tongue with your cloth and gently pull and hold. The hold is only going to last about 30 seconds, and if you really want to go for a full minute, fine. It is meant to be relaxed. It is definitely not meant to be painful, but rather an experience to help you feel a little more calm. Always consider cloth, as anything like a tissue tends to be, well, gross after the tongue pull. Next on the list, we're going to go over a diaphragm stretch, so that underneath the rib cage, where this domed muscle lives, we can better connect with our breathing when you eat. Yes, breathing should be a part of your mealtime. Lying on your back, knees bent, feet flat to the floor. Take a breath in as you curl your tailbone under slightly to feel a little more connected to the floor beneath you. Open your mouth, sticking your tongue out. Exhale through the back of your throat for as long as you possibly can. The inhale would be rather quick and in through the nose, almost more spring-like as you inhale with a quick inhalation and then breathe naturally. From there, I want to bring you into a Qigong form for tip number 3, the stomach massage and tongue massage. Now with me mirroring you, I'm going to teach you where your digestive system goes. You have a big old colon, kind of shaped like a house. That colon has the ascending colon, which comes up the right side. Think of it this way, raising up on the right. After you rise up, you'll go across to the transverse colon and then down the descending colon, where we're wanting to encourage elimination. This also is us lowering down the left side. So we go up right, rise on up, over, and down the left. As you make these circles, your tongue is going to mimic the movement of where your hands are going. As such, 9 times, and then reversing to go the opposite direction. This helps you start to collect your most natural enzyme you have, your spit, your saliva. Your 4th little vagal tip today is going to be to gargle. I want for you to see how long you can gargle for before you have to take your next breath in. Try and gargle at least for 30 seconds, and if you can train your way up to 1 minute, great! What a wonderful way for you and everyone at the table to begin your meal, but with a gargle. Last, this one's a little more complex, is that we're going to come into massaging the diaphragm. Reaching your fingers underneath your rib cage, your fingers should be able to tuck under. Slump forward, and even drop the head. And you might be able to slowly work your way of digging the fingers underneath the rib cage. You're going to inhale and feel that diaphragm press against your fingers slightly. You're then going to exhale and feel the rib cage move and the fingers come in a little deeper under the rib cage. Where the real magic happens is at the peak of your inhalation and at the peak of your exhalation. Because at each one of those peaks, you're going to swallow. So let's go ahead and dig our fingertips underneath the rib cage as you slouch forward and drop your head to inhale through the nose. And when you can't breathe in much more, I'd like for you to swallow. When you're ready, you're going to exhale through the lips, feeling the change in what happens underneath those fingertips curled under the rib cage, and at your peak of exhalation, swallow. To repeat again. Peak of inhalation, swallow. Exhale. Keep exhaling, and again, all the way out. At the peak of your exhalation, swallow. To come back into your center. This hopefully is a nice slow drill to get you in to understanding how the diaphragm can contract as well as release. This is very, very important during our digestion so that what we eat should go down and stay down. Try any one of these exercises about 15 minutes before you eat. Now, you have to assess, reassess. And there's a little video that I've done before teaching you how to assess and reassess any of these neurological stimulus because you want to understand what works best for you. That said, give yourself time. It took us time to come into any digestive issues and disorders just as much as it will take time for you to train your way out. This is about training how to eat, not necessarily finding a one golden nugget that's a fix and cure all, and then you're done for the day. I want for you to practice and to play as I'm curious to see how your dining experience begins to change with a little more vagal tone sprinkled on top. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Always looking forward to more videos ahead. Check them out as I love to be able to continue to broaden your movement library. Thanks again.